North Dakota is Frozen Four bound. Welcome to North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol. I'm your host, Dan Hammer. For the second consecutive season and the seventh time in 11 years, Coach, you are taking a team to the Frozen Four. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Consistency. What do you think is the common denominator as you look back over the last 11 years and taking 7 different teams to the Frozen Four?
Well, every team is a little bit different, and every situation is different. Every regional we've been to has presented a different challenge, but it comes back to the players knowing and understanding the challenge, and much the same as the guys did this weekend in 2 different games, making key plays at key times and being ready for any scenario as you develop a win through a game.
You pretty much predicted it during the course of last week that your team would come out and play with an edge. It did over the course of the weekend.
Well, I think we know our team. We know our team well, and we know the circumstances that we played under, and we know how we played at the Frozen Face-Off at the Target Center. We weren't happy with anything over that weekend, certainly not the results, but we also understood the scenario. So it was a matter of quickly going back to work, knowing and understanding what the next challenge was. And this group has been excellent in doing that.
North Dakota defeats Quinnipiac 4-1 and St. Cloud State by a 4-1 score. We'll recap the highlights next here on North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. North Dakota in the West Region, the number 1 seed for the West Region, and the host at Shields Arena in Fargo, and UND in Quinnipiac to kick off the West Region semifinals Friday at Shields Arena, Dave. And you had mentioned that your team had a very, very good practice week leading up to the regional. It sure showed at the start of this hockey game on Friday.
Yeah, our guys were ready to play, and we knew, as we said coming in, that we would be. Outstanding opponent in Quinnipiac. I mean, a team with speed, skill, as we saw, an awful lot of heavy bodies that played a pretty tenacious game.
You had some good early shifts often in the hockey game that set the tone, don't you think?
Well, this game was going to be a little bit of a war of territory, and even though you see a great opportunity there off a turnover by Drake Kajula, not a lot of time and space, and it's a matter of taking what the game would give us and making good decisions at a real high pace.
Wade Murphy played well for you this weekend?
Wade did an excellent job. I think he did a good job as a two-way winger for us, had some opportunities to score, and did a very good job taking care of the puck.
All right, late first period, you go on the power play, and you'll grab the opening goal here. Tucker Pullman collects his team-leading 6th power play goal of the season.
I thought Brad had our power play extremely well prepared. This play by Tucker is outstanding. We had good net front. Tucker, had a little push move there before he shot. He found a lane and got it to the net.
Yeah, and again, when you talk about net front presence, you and I have talked about it week in and week out. It's Steph Patton with net front presence here.
Well, it's not by accident. It's a mentality to go there, and that's why he's a big part of our power play. He made the play on entry at the blue line, and then he stayed at net front for the eventual goal.
Quinnipiac with 4 minutes of power play in the final 5 minutes of the first period, but your block shot mentality this weekend was tremendous in both games.
Well, that's a big part of the penalty kill, and we spent too much time on the penalty kill on Friday night, nearly 15 minutes.
Right.
But in saying that, the mentality to go out and do the job from Zane McIntyre on out was there with our guys.
11 block shots in the opening period, another one there, and just a lot of guys getting involved in the penalty kill. Tucker Pullman with a good play with the stick in the far wall here, one of those examples.
It is. I mean, it's a good plan. It's good structure put in place by Dane and this whole group, and then it comes down to sheer will. Things like blocking shots, real simply, you either want to do it or you don't, and our guys are willing to do it.
All right, second period. Quinnipiac had a pretty good push here at the beginning of the second period.
They did. They came out with an excellent push in the first 2 or 3 shifts of the second period, and they had a pretty good period throughout. But again, I thought through the ups and downs of a game, I thought our guys handled this push really well and had some pushback that was to our benefit.
All right, well, the pushback in the second period came a little more than 7 minutes in, and Bryn Chiswick here from below the goal line will throw it toward the net. Good things happen, goes off their goaltender, and it's 2-0.
Well, we talked about this a lot. We've been getting away from our net front presence. We've been getting away from getting pucks to that blue paint and getting it to the area. Playoff hockey, there's not a lot of time and space. Teams are so good defensively. This was just a good, smart play by Bryn. We had a guy going to the net with a stick. You see Connor Gorder right there. It doesn't, ever get to Connor's stick, but it does go off the goaltender's skate and in.
The crowd, tremendous, and your team was energized through stages this weekend from the crowd. One stage here in the second period after several hits, and I think the crowd was energized, and it felt like your team fed off of that.
There's no question. I thought all weekend our team fed off the energy coming from the stands. Just an amazing atmosphere by our fans.
And then back on the penalty kill again here as the Bobcats have a 4-on-3 opportunity, and again, Zane McIntyre coming up big, and then the big swing in the game when you're killing off the Quinnipiac 4-on-3 power play, and you'll get a shorthanded goal, and all starts with good work by Troy Stetcher.
Well, 4-on-3s are tough situations, more dangerous than 5-on-4, and you're just going to see our guys make a play. Troy makes one play in the corner, a second play on the wall, and then he's in absolute attack mode with Drake Kajula, and what a cross-ice play that is, and a good finish by Drake.
Beautiful setup by Troy Stetcher, who told me after the game that this play was really about scouting, that you saw something in your scout work that allowed you to turn this into a 2-on-1 situation.
One of the last clips that Dane showed in our pre-scout was an outnumbered situation against Quinnipiac's power play, and it was it was a well-timed and well-placed preparation type of clip, and this is what we saw there, and I think that was part of Troy's mentality on this play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So it's 3-0 after that Kajula goal. Again, the penalty kill, big, double minor to Steph Patton, but you talk about the block shot mentality. 15 different players had block shots in the game on Friday.
Everybody was selling out and doing that, and at this time of year, those are the things you have to do. It doesn't feel real good when those pucks hit you at that velocity, but it's a heck of a lot better than pulling a puck out of the back of your net. And it's not even a second thought anymore. It's absolutely second nature to our guys to be able to do it.
Yeah. Third period, Zane McIntyre, who has really proven to be a very not only quality goaltender all year long, but seems to seize up the moment in the NCAA tournament.
Well, he certainly, I think much like our team, he stepped forward again this weekend. And again, in playoff time, that's the intensity level that you have to have in order to advance in this tournament.
Yeah, 14 minutes and 57 seconds on the penalty kill, but a good job by the PK. He allowed just the one power play goal and 8 power play opportunities by Quinnipiac. 4-1 the final. We spoke with Bryn Chiswick, Troy Stetcher, and Drake Kajula following the win.
That's just a hard-fought playoff hockey game that I thought there was a lot of battles in all areas of the ice, and I think we won the majority of them tonight, which is I think why we came out on top. I give them a lot of credit. They came hard, they came fast, they finished a lot of checks. It was a tough game, and I thought our guys responded well and had a really good game.
Walk me through the shorty, which really was the backbreaker.
Yeah, we did a pre-scout on video, and we kind of, their breakout, they like to stretch their forwards, so we knew that their forwards don't really get back too hard just based on their system. So, I saw an opportunity to rush, and then I saw Cad's back door, and I just put it there, and good things happen when you put pucks and bodies in net.
Skated my butt off trying to catch up to him, and he made one heck of a pass over a couple sticks right on my tape. And luckily for me, I think it went right through the goalie's arm or whatever it was. But credit to Stetchy, he did all the work there.
It's kind of been a key all season long is our power play and our penalty kill. It's a big factor throughout a hockey game, and once again tonight we were successful in doing both.
So it's off to the regional championship game. We'll take a look at North Dakota's win over St. Cloud State next.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingalls Stat Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back, Dave. A common opponent as you play for the regional championship game and a right to go to the Frozen Four, St. Cloud State. What were your thoughts coming into the game?
Well, we knew, again, another great matchup. I think we, right away you look within. We wanted the same focus, the exact same effort that we had the night before. A little bit more discipline. Much like Quinnipiac, St. Cloud is a very potent power play and a very dangerous power play. So we wanted to make sure that we tried to shore that up a little bit and make this a 5-on-5 matchup.
Let's take a look at the highlights again from a jammed Shields Arena home ice atmosphere for your hockey team. And despite an early goal by St. Cloud State, I thought the momentum began swinging toward your team about 5 or 6 minutes into the hockey game, and this was one of the shifts, I think, that got you going.
Yeah, we were, I don't know if back on our heels is the right way, but I thought St. Cloud pushed the pace the first 3, 4, 5 minutes, including the goal.
Yep.
And from there, after the first TV timeout, we seemed to settle in. You put one good shift together, it leads to another good shift, and I think that was the story of the night for us.
Yeah, it sure seemed like it as this shift produced by the Nick Schmaltz line. Then you built on this shift, and then you get the equalizer here off a Huskies turnover, and Andrew Panzarella, an emergency lineup ad, gets his first goal of the year.
Well, and again, we talk about the little things that it takes to win at this time of year. A player like Andrew Panzarella being able to come into the lineup and make a play like this at a key time in a hockey game to really get us going was absolutely critical to our success this weekend.
You really believe that he has helped set the tone for this hockey team all year long, whether he's been in the lineup or out of the lineup, correct?
Yeah, and I guess I don't want to overspeak to anything that goes on in and around our team or locker room, but when you see the work ethic of a teammate and you see the consistency of that work ethic, even when he's not in the lineup, absolutely, as a leader and a veteran, he's setting the tone and the bar for our team.
Really had good puck movement through neutral ice in this game as it went on and getting into the offensive attack zone.
Well, St. Cloud State, again, does such a good job in clogging the neutral zone and taking away time and space and trying to slow that game down. You just have to make good decisions. I thought our defensemen were a real key all weekend long. Getting up ice, being involved in the attack, making good decisions to begin either that initial play to the net or an opportunity to begin a cycle.
And then on the other end, defensively, what a gritty performance here. You won a lot of man battles in the defensive zone and really didn't give St. Cloud State a lot of possession time, extended possession time.
No, we didn't. We squeezed a lot of plays well. I thought mostly in the third period, Zane had to come big, up big on a couple of occasions. But for the most part, our guys were pretty good in the middle of the ice, strong at net front, and like you said, individual battles, like you just saw right there with plays coming out of the zone are key.
Troy Stetcher, Wade Murphy with great individual plays in the defensive zone. There was a stretch of 27 minutes through this game where he allowed them just 4 shots on goal.
Yeah, and they had some good opportunities during that time, but we were able to get shot blocks on them. We were able to get last-second tips to break up plays, and those are extra effort plays.
All right, 6:45 into the second period. Here's a key stretch. As Zane McIntyre stopped Joey Raycamp's bid, you turn the other way and you get a goal.
Yeah, and it was a quick turnover that came back to our net, but then again here, just attacking with pace and speed. And we get a bounce on the rebound here, but I think even if it doesn't go in off their defenseman, Mike Parks is right there.
Yep.
And that's the importance of having guys up on the attack, attacking with pace and speed, and getting pucks to the net.
And Drake Kajula said afterwards, I really didn't know where the puck went after taking the shot that I did.
Yeah, he was probably halfway through a 360 spin at that point in time right there. But I'm sure he heard the crowd roar when that puck went in.
Without a doubt. So it's 2-1 after that swing. The McIntyre save, the Kajula goal. Then seconds later, you talk about big saves at certain times. This is one of them by McIntyre here.
Yeah, this is one of the big ones of the game, in my opinion. We got sloppy on a turnover there, a little miscommunication, and a point-blank opportunity that Zane is all over.
Yeah, he stops Nick Oliver big time to preserve the 2-1 lead. You outshot St. Cloud State 11-4 in the second. You really had good chances, and again, you're getting those chances deep.
Yeah, whether it was off the attack or off the cycle, it was from pace of play, it was from good decisions, it was from guys driving and being at net front. I really liked our second period against St. Cloud.
Dominant second period as you grab the lead, you hold the lead. We go to the third period now, and you'll extend the lead. And again, you talk about Luke Johnson first making a play here on the near wall to extend the possession in the zone, and then throwing a puck toward the net, and you get a bounce.
Well, extending the play, winning pucks on the yellow, being around the puck, and then for our guys just again getting a puck to the net and going there. This doesn't look like a pretty goal, but it's a heck of a goal to score at playoff time.
Do you think it deflated in some ways St. Cloud State?
Well, I don't know if you deflate good teams at this time of year. I think we knew that St. Cloud was still going to keep pushing and playing hard, and they did that. But, that's a critical 2-goal lead at this time of the hockey game.
Yeah, and then your team defense, again, over the 55 minutes of the game, outside of the first 5 minutes of the game, just an outstanding team defensive effort.
Well, again, that's a big part of it, I think, Dan. But, the other team is going to make plays. And I think you have to understand that as a group. I thought our positioning and our battle level on the defensive side of the puck was what it needed to be and what it should be at this time of year.
Thought Colton St. Clair was tenacious this weekend.
He was. We put Colton into a little bit different role with he and Bryn Chizik and Tucker Poolman. That is a little bit of a different role than what they've been in. We asked them to accomplish a lot, and they did.
And the penalty kill was really a winning edge for you all weekend long.
Well, specialty teams came out on the plus side, and whether it's PK or having good PPs that either score or build momentum, they're all critical.
4-1 the final. We spoke with a number of your players about the defensive effort on Saturday night, the win, and a return trip to the Frozen Four.
We did a good job limiting maybe their chances and limiting second, third, fourth opportunities. And I think when you can do that and get the pucks out right away, that's what really makes you put yourself at ease, and it makes your forwards relax with the puck, and makes just everybody feel more comfortable and stuff out there as well.
Yeah, we were very poised back there. We made a lot of plays, blocked a lot of shots, took a lot of hits, and guys never panicked. Even if there was a lot of pressure on us, we kept them to the outside, and we did a great job. And if there was a small breakdown, Zeno was there to back us up like he always has been.
How good is it to see Andrew Panzarella get his first goal of the season in this situation?
Oh, that was huge. It got our whole bench going. Seeing Pans jump in, hadn't played in a while, and the effort he had, and regardless of even the goal, he was rock solid for us, and he was a difference maker tonight.
Ever since last year when we lost in that Frozen Four game, it's been our goal to get back there and change the fate. So we've put in a lot of work so far, but there's a lot of work still to go to do what we want. So it's a good feeling, but we're not going to rest yet.
It's the next step. We've gotten back to the Frozen Four here, but like I said when I walked into the locker room, I said we're not going there just to be there. We're going there to win this year, and I truly believe that, and I know every guy in this locker room does too.
We haven't won this tournament yet. We made it out of our region, and we have a chance to be in the Frozen Four, and we're really going to take advantage of it. I think last year we maybe went in with mentality we were just happy to be there, and this thing's not over.
I think we're coming in hungrier. I think the way it ended last year, we want more. We're coming in, we're going to go hunting.
Coming up next, North Dakota begins its preparation for the Frozen Four.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingalls Stat Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Dave, what's your game plan here as you look at this coming week before next week, which is game week?
Just absolutely back to work. A couple of days of rest. Sunday is going to be has been a full day of rest. Monday is a light day to get our bodies going again, and then right back into our work day on Tuesday.
All right, and the rest is probably good for some of your guys right at this point, correct?
Well, we need some rest time. We got to recuperate. We have to take care of our bodies, and over the week here, we've got time to do that. But preparation and work on the ice is critical as well.
All right, and we'll save our preview on BU and the Frozen Four for next week, if that's
Sounds
okay
good.
with you.
That's just fine.
All right, we'll do that next week. Dave, thanks for your time today. Congratulations on another return trip to the Frozen Four. We're back with more right after this.
North Dakota Hockey with Dave Hakstol on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sioux Shop at Ralph Ingalls Stat Arena, the Greater Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Indian Triumph of Fargo, and by hot spring spas and pool tables, too.
North Dakota plays Boston University in the national semifinals next Thursday night in Boston. Omaha and Providence make up the upper half of the bracket. They'll play the early game. We'll preview the UND showdown with BU next week. Thanks for watching.